Today we are in Spa for the second round of HRA. Now you might have seen the first round. It did not go well. This one we qualified in P6. P6, that is absolutely wonderful. That's actually really good. I didn't expect P6. I was expecting P8 with the amount of practice I did. So Spa turn one is always going to be a worry. There was actually we started actually a race before this, but there was a bug, so we had to restart. It went well. As it's going to be 3 for 5 red lights, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go. Alongside Intronsic, just like Australia, we're not going to crash into him this time, though. We're going to try and have a look round the outside of him, starting on the softs, as I realized that the mediums on the first race were shit. So I opted for the softs in this one. And through Eau Rouge we go now up to the Camel Straight. We're going to try and deploy ERS to catch up to the group in front. The Ferrari of David is behind us, so we're going to have to worry about that as well. But we're not catching up as much as I want to, so we're not going to deploy too much ERS as they group up a little bit up front. So we're going to catch up, maybe have a look down into Brussels. Yeah, no way, Jose. We're way too far back. As on lap 4, still in P6, as Owen Shonzik spins. No fault of my own, as oh yeah, that sounds quite dangerous. P5 now, P5, that's 10 points on the board if the race finishes now, and that's really good. As, yeah, we're now in P5, which is a pretty average position, middle of the field, as George Placer now comes through with us. He decided to do a last to first, or he messed up qualifying, I'm not too sure. Either way, he's behind us and 1.5 seconds per lap faster, so we're not going to try and put up too much of a fight. Actually, we're going to try and tuck in the DRS behind him so he can tow us along. As actually Samidou there, we're going to try and defend, but he goes for the move and he has the better time, so we're just a sitting duck really, as we're now going to try and sit behind him, the DRS, to maybe get some positions. As actually some of the soft runners deciding to pit now, as my pit window opens as well. There was some rain forecast for the end of the race actually, so I'm trying to pit a bit early, saying that it's the lap I would pit normally. So yeah, we're gonna pit now as Samidou goes for the move on George, as he has the better tires now, that even the pace advantage of George isn't enough to keep him behind, and he's pitting anyway, right as we are as well. We have a 3-second penalty, so that's not too good. Yeah, track limits on Spa, track limits in general I struggle with, so that's not ideal. As we're now in P10, we should gain back a lot of positions when the others, when the medium runners pits, as they are now. And you can see he was on the mediums, and he's pitting now. He's gone onto the softs, as has Samidou, so they're gonna have a pace advantage now. And depending on the rain, they might, the medium runners might not get that back, so they might be good, better off from now on. Of course, if we had a good first stint, that will have come back to 0, as you say in mathematics. It annuls itself. As now on lap 11, we are now going to look to keep Samidou behind or stay in the DRS. Ended is fighting with Intronsic right now, so we might try and fight with him as we can. And well, he's gonna have the soft tires, and depending on the rain, we might not catch up. So might as well. As he is now well within DRS range, 2-3 tenths behind. We're gonna let him through. Actually, you can see there we just lift it off so that we get DRS through the Camel Straights up into Eau Rouge. We're gonna have a pace advantage and stay ahead, because Spa, unless you're on like a back straight which doesn't have DRS or Camel Straight, you won't overtake without a sizable ERS or DRS or wing advantage, and we had about the same wing. So I thought, well, just go for it, as he's not going to be able to do anything to pass us on the rest of the track. As actually we fighting, and oh, that's really close to contact, but nice and clean. We're going to hold the inside line for this up into Brussels. We're going to look behind, try and go for the defense, but he's not going to do a move, so we're going to take them back normal line, and we are ahead. going into the second sector, which is physically impossible to overtake. We're going to try and do the same thing here on lap 12 or 13 as we move to the left to get the DRS detection point and overtake him at the same time. Now let's see if we can do that. HDL Trappy, the Alfa Romeo, they're pitting as rain is forecasted soon. But right now we're not worried about that. We're worried about overtaking the McLaren in front, and we are going to do just that up into Eau Rouge. We already have a pace advantage with the slipstream, and now with DRS it's going to be a breeze. Even with ERS, I don't think the McLaren could have done anything here as we go into the Lecombe section completely fine and ahead in P6 where we started. As now, however, we are on the back straight, and it seems that the softs have given him a much better exit than us, so he's going to be all over the back of us. We're going. He bro thinks he's Max Verstappen. He's going to try and go around the outside of Blanchimont, and he's actually going to stick it. We're not going to cut him off at that, as that would lead to the end of both of us. And down the inside he goes on lap 13. We're going to go for the switchback, or maybe just actually no. It's actually smarter to just stay behind and do as we did to get him back on the Camel Straight. DRS deployed, a bit of ERS to assist us. No, okay, we're just gonna do. We're gonna stay behind. Just stay behind as Ended is catching up now, 1.7 seconds. So we don't want to fight too much and stay in DRS with Samidou. So we have the DRS to keep in front of Ended, and the McLaren thinks it's time for the wets. Apparently, you can see a slight drizzle there. But I don't think it's near enough the conditions to go wet or into. Sorry, I should say, as we are now having to contend with Ended for P6 as actually ADHD 8. Oh no, he's in 10. Anyway, yeah, Ended is gonna do what we did to Samidou all those laps ago and go past us on the Camel Straight. I don't think there's nothing we can do here unless we just absolutely drain our battery, which will leave us vulnerable for the rest of the race, as there are only 5 laps to go. So not enough time to recharge and go for another overtake. As yeah, he goes around the outside, and again, really close, but fair and clean. And we're going to have the inside for the straight down to Brussels. He's going to have a look down the inside, so we're going to go middle of the track, defensive, try not to open up the inside line. We just managed to do that, as it's wet, so he's not going to have safety car. I was going to say he's not going to have the traction, but safety car. So I don't think we're going to come in for inters. It's not inters. I genuinely think it's softs. It's going to be dry. So let's see what the other people are going to go for. And they're pitting with us. He has the old soft, so he's going to be pitting anyway. So yeah, softs, and surprisingly, everybody else has gone soft as well. So it's going to be 2 laps on the softs. Now you might see a Ferrari ahead, that's a bug. He was actually P10 this whole time, but nobody can see him. So he got pummeled by everybody. It's going to be a restart from the safety car. Green flags, still ahead of Ender in P6 where we started. As down into turn 1, we're going to go deep with not enough grip, less grip than I was anticipating. And then it's going to go down the inside of us. Are we gonna go side by side through Eau Rouge? Are we? Yes, we are. And no, and then back south. We come out victorious of this one, but he's gonna have an excellent exit down the Camel Straight, which means that we're gonna go 3 wide with Traffy. We'll almost push him into the grass down to the Lecombe section. Are we gonna go 3 wide through the Lecombe? Yes, we are. And with the rain, I wasn't able to brake early enough, and we're gonna almost crash out into Trappy or Ended there, but everybody turns out fine except for us, as we're not gonna have to contend with Max World as well. He's gonna go round the outside of us, but I think in the dries it would have been fine, but this is a mixed conditions, and down the inside line is just better. So we stay ahead in P8. We have that 3-second penalty, of course, which means that we're gonna have to pull this gap to the people behind if we want to stand a chance to score points, as we're down to P8. From P6 to P8, that's not good. As George Plaster there I think he did what's it called, Lando Norris, as the only Inters runners I think in the race is behind us. But he has a 20-second penalty, so I'm not really worried about that, as the people ahead are fighting, which means we're going to have a chance to catch up. And look at the track, it's so wet now. It's going to be really tricky, the conditions, till the end of the race, especially in Sector 2, to keep ahead. And you can see there, the Ferrari is causing troubles for the guys ahead. I don't know if they can, is he ghosted? I think he is. Not sure though, as Max is gaining on us. You can see he gains just 1/10 on us, as he is now only 4/10 behind us. And now the problem is that if we go behind David into the chicane, we're gonna have to compromise our exit, as his AI is slower than us. So this means we're gonna have to go down the inside of us and overtake him to defend from Max effectively, which means that we're now gonna have to dive down the inside, not too late, but we outbrake ourselves, and that's gonna give the Aston Martin of Max a really good exit down into the to the line, and he's now gonna be side by side with us, and we have a snap of oversteer, and we hit him, and he's into the wall. He's into the wall, which means we're gonna finish P7. Controversial ending there. I am sorry for Max. Nothing I could do, but yeah. It's great content, so I'm not complaining, but yeah. So P7, first points on the board for Alfa Romeo this season. Again, sorry for the Aston Martin, I kind of killed him. He didn't file a report afterwards, as he was a reserve, as he's a reserve and he doesn't want to cause, I don't know. It's nice of him. Thank you, Max. As I would have, surely I would have gotten a penalty. As again, Kuski wins, 2 wins out of 2 for him. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, please leave a like and subscribe. It will be greatly appreciated. Can we get to 50 subscribers by the end of the year? That would be good. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.